Hey guys, welcome back to a new reaction on this channel. Today I'm going to react to Karnivool, if I pronounce it right. Karnivool? Karnivool? I don't know how to pronounce it exactly. I'm really sorry for that. A band I never reacted to here on the channel, and also a band I never heard before. The name sounds a little bit familiar. There's definitely a little tiny bell ringing in my head, but really just a tiny bell. So I've heard the band name before somewhere, but it's been years, I guess. So I did a little bit of research, like always, you guys know. Karnivool is a band from Australia, Perth, and they are making progressive metal, but the beginning was a little bit more new metal, at least I read that. And this is their very first record. They formed in 1997, my birth year, by the way. And like I said, I read that they started as a new metal band, and then they drifted away into progressive metal after, I guess, their lead singer got into songwriting and stuff. So I don't know in which kind of direction the song will go exactly, one of these two, but one of these two it is. I can tell you that. What I also read is that they release records a little bit out of nowhere, in my opinion, because they released their very first record in 2005, then the next record in 2009, and the next record in 2013 or 14, and since then it's quiet about them. At least record stuff. I have no idea, guys. I literally have no ideas. But I'm just super excited. A new band for me. It's a request from you. Thanks for that. Karnivool, C.O.T.E, the name of the song. Let's freaking go.
Voice with no reason in mind. I suppose this question will be answered. I suppose the answer's here to save us. Have you heard? Have you listened lately? Single word, single vowel, yet nothing frustrates me. Now I don't think you like me now. Now I don't think you like me now. Have you heard? It's a silent dream. It chooses the weather of your soul stream. So drop me down, let me feel this other way. Face me inside with a broken view, a broken heart, disappear. Now I don't feel.
Alright, guys, I'm sorry to pause after because the copyright strikes, because no, This is Karnivool, and I have to say it sounds also familiar, like I've heard that before. So not the song exactly, but his voice and in general the genre of the band or the music of the band sounds super familiar. It could be. I mean, it was the beginning of 2000, 2005, and I told you they founded my birth year. It could be that I maybe heard one of their songs when I was a child, because my parents listened to exactly that kind of music back in the days. If it was Deftones, if it was Funeral for a Friend, so the early 2000s, also a little bit more post-hardcore stuff, but also a little bit new metal stuff. So it could be that I've heard a Karnivool song before when I was a child, but like I said, I can't remember anything. Definitely not. I never heard the song before. I can definitely tell you that. There is not a tiny bell in my head ringing now. Um, but it's really cool. I really like that. So it's not the type of music I would listen to in my private time because I just listen to a different kind of genres. Um, but definitely a song I would put into my private Spotify playlist, and I can listen to that, so don't get me wrong. Um, but not on a loop or every single day, stuff like that. But I think it's a really cool song. I'm really enjoying that. In my opinion, it's also a mix about new metal because they have this typical also Deftones elements in it. Um, but at the same time, it sounds progressive. It sounds a little bit like bands like I have it in my head. Tesseract, for example, bands like that. Um, but I think it's a really cool song. I'm really enjoying that, so why not? Definitely, why not? But you for 100% sure you hear this typical early 2000 sound in that song. But I think it's awesome. It reminds me of my childhood, and I freaking like that. All right, guys, we go a little bit back. Let's go back to the song. That was Karnivool, if I pronounce them right. I'm sorry if not. With C.O.T.E. And in my opinion, it was a really cool song. You definitely heard this early 2000 type of new metal, progressive rock slash metal. You definitely heard that. It reminds me also of tons of other bands, especially from that time. The problem is, I've heard them when I was a child, but I have no idea the names. I have Creed in my head, but it's definitely not Creed, don't get me wrong. But I know that my parents listen to Creed a lot. Like I said, they listen to tons of that kind of bands. But the names, they are freaking gone. They left my brain. It's unbelievable. But in my opinion, it was a really awesome track. Like I said, not the type of music I listen to every single day or can listen to every single day, but I would put that in my private Spotify playlist. And I really like to listen to that again. I'm honest, it was a really cool song. Why not? I really enjoyed that. So, guys, thanks for showing me Karnivool, because, like I said, I never heard a song of them. Thanks for that. If you have any other requests, wishes, whatever, write it down in the comments. I can write my Instagram links down in the description. If you want to talk about Karnivool with me or the whole community, join our community Discord. Links down in the description. You can join anytime. You can talk about anything you want. It'd be cool to see you there. And then I hope I see you guys again in another reaction. Would be awesome. And I say, bye!